I am not a professional woodworker. I am still learning. All right, what is happening, everybody? This is kind of a new video style for me, more of your traditional vlog style. And I'm gonna be making these videos in addition to my reviews and my build videos, but these types of videos are kind of just gonna be what thoughts I have while I'm working in the shop, maybe some insights I can share, and also just kind of showing progress of what I'm working on day to day. The goal, I think, is to be able to provide more content more frequently than I normally do. So I don't know how this is gonna go. Could go good or bad, but I appreciate you watching regardless. And I hope you get something out of these types of videos, in addition to my other content that I put out there. So let me show you what I'm currently working on. So if you follow me on TikTok, you know I'm working on my bench for my modern farmhouse table. Now, I'm not doing a build video on this bench. If you really are interested in the details on how I build this, it's literally like a small version of my farmhouse table. So check out that video if you haven't already. That'll give you some insights into pretty much how I built this. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I've been procrastinating on building this, and I mostly am doing that because I have chairs. My wife bought some chairs for the table, and we're not having anybody over right now for obvious reasons. So building a bench isn't really needed right now, but I kind of want to make sure I just get this out of the way, finish this bench project, and that way I can move on to other projects that I will actually make build videos on. So stay tuned for those. I have a very exciting project in the future that is unique. I'm building something for a friend, and let me show you. I got this in the mail that has my address on it. Let's do this. I got this guy in the mail. Now, I know I could have made one, but Rockler had a sale, so they got me. They got me. I bought that. So I'll be using that for a project. So stay tuned for that. I'm gonna be doing a build video on it. All right, so I guess I'm going to get to work on the bench. And what I need to do today, I don't have much time, so I'm just going to assemble these legs here and go from there. Can't not do that. So what I want to do is, similar to my farmhouse table legs, I'm going to use a Forstner bit to kind of drill a recess, because then I'm going to be putting screws in here, and I don't want the screws to show on the legs. So what I'm going to do is put dowels in here, and I want to make sure that I have the right Forstner bit so the dowels will fit into the holes in the legs. I don't know if this is what people do, it just helps me out. Then I can align the Forstner bit like this. Let's see, there's like a little tip there, and this will allow me to align it pretty well, so. And I'm just kind of eyeballing how far I go. Nothing specific. Cool. And now I can pre-drill holes for where the screws are gonna go. These are the screws that I'm gonna be using. I think these are 4-inch outdoor screws. They work well. I'm gonna be gluing these as well. So glue and screws should be plenty. I need a drill bit. I'm gonna pre-drill these holes using a 3/16 brad point drill bit. And I was gonna put this block of wood underneath. Not that I would go through, but yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna go through it. All right, so now that I kind of got my holes pre-drilled, I'm gonna glue them up with some Titebond and then screw in the screws. Or is it drill in the screws? Drive in the screws, yeah. I think that's what people say. For better alignment, I drew these lines so I can match them up, make sure everything is level, even. I'm gonna be putting some leveling feet on the bottom, so if it's not perfect, that's okay. And again, this is very similar to the table that I made. So here we go. All right, I think I'm just gonna drive in some screws on the opposite sides of each other. That way I can then tighten it all up. Whoops. Okay, I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, that went off completely. Having some problems. Yep, definitely having some problems. Better. Not the best. What the hell? What did I do wrong here? Well, definitely didn't drive these in far enough. What I'm gonna do is clamp it, I think. That way I can get it nice and snug. All right, much better. Use some clamps to kind of help me line it up, and we're getting there. So now I get to put the top support on, which will support the top of the bench, which is this piece right here. So what I need to do is mark the center points where it's gonna go, and then I'm gonna use some like 4-inch structural screws to put it in there. Overkill, I know, but it'll definitely help with supporting the bench. All right, so I wanna show you what I did. So found the center on these, and kinda just so I can recess those screws, and then drilled a pilot hole. What I'm gonna do is just kind of put them on here, line them up on center, and drill the structural screws right in. So, should be pretty good. These are the screws that I'm gonna use, and I use these in the table legs as well. They are, I don't know if you can see that here. Let me see if I can focus. Focus. These are pretty heavy duty structural screws. Again, overkill on the bench, but I use these in the table because I wanted to make sure that it could sustain the weight. And I don't know, I've never made a table or a bench before, so I figured why not go extra heavy duty. Try this on the floor. Sometimes you just go for it. Not so bad. It's a little wobbly, but again, I got feet for that. Nope, nope, don't do that. All right, I got one done. Right down there. It's a hair out of square. Just gonna say that right now, but I think I can fix that a little bit later on, or it'll be acceptable. Now I'm gonna work on the other one. All right, got both bases done. I need to cut the dowels to fill those holes in, and then I'll be good for my little time in the shop today. These are poplar dowels that I'm gonna use to fill in those screw holes. Some people don't like how poplar looks, but I think it adds a nice little contrast when you're staining it. I cut them a little bit longer, obviously, and then I'm gonna use a flush cut trim saw to level them up, and then when I sand, you won't even know. Well, you'll know, but you know what I mean. I may have cut these a little too long. Oh well. Got both of them done. I tapped them in with the mallet a little bit. Got some crazy glue squeeze out going on. I would say for, you know, an hour and a half, it's not bad work. Once it dries, I'll cut these with my Japanese pull saw and sand down everything to make it nice and even. So that's all I have time for today. I hope you enjoy this. These are little in-between videos, nothing too crazy. You can kind of just see the progress of someone who is, you know, beginner type woodworker. As you can see, I am not a professional woodworker. I am still learning. I still have a day job. I do this in my free time, which is very limited, but I'm very passionate about it and I want to keep learning. Now, that said, I'm gonna do my best to share my insights as I learn more and more techniques, and you know, anything that might help you out there if you're a beginning woodworker. Hey, I might even teach something to somebody who's been doing this for many years. Not likely, but you never know. Until next time, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for more content. And yeah, be safe. Build something in the shop. Make a mistake. I don't know. I gotta figure out how to sign this off.